Hi Mike, we're here at Gayfield. Pre-season training started this week, so it's all guns blazing now for season 22-23. A lot of work before we get on to the team around the stadium. I think anyone that passes Gayfield has seen an immense amount of work going on here, not just on the outside but in the inside here as well. You must be proud as a chairman to see all this taking shape and coming together.
Oh, it's fantastic. Pre-season, it's a lot of supporters think you put your feet up for a few weeks and then you start again. But this is when we do all the work. This is the opportunity to do the work. As you obviously see, and we're at the last game of the season, the new build is coming on well. It's progressing fantastically well. The wall's up. The turnstiles are coming in the next couple of weeks. And the outside is almost is going to be finished. So it's looking absolutely fantastic, and it'll help. Hopefully it'll be ready for the start of the season. But there's also work going on with inside the ground for our supporters as well. We're putting in new stand seats, complete stand seats. For our supporters. We're also upgrading floodlights as well. That's necessary due to the regulations for playing in the Championship, or if we were lucky enough in the Premiership. Levels have just dipped below what we need to do, so that in the next few weeks the bulbs will be replaced on the floodlights with LED. So that's all going ahead. There's other things going on at the ground that the supporters will see when they arrive, hopefully at the first cup game of the season.
And I think it's a great point, and a lot of teams do have the new purpose-built stadiums. A lot of the teams who do have their own still traditional grounds, there is a lot of money and effort has to be put in just to keep the grounds up to that standard. And as you say, fans will come in, they maybe won't appreciate seeing that the lights are a bit brighter, but these are all things that have to be done to keep us up to compliance.
Correct. To comply with SFA and also the safety side of things, we can't stand still. We need to keep improving the ground. Okay, we desperately want to improve the players in the park, and which we will do, and we'll touch on that. But you've got to maintain the infrastructure of the ground, and that's, as me as chairman and the directors, that's what we're determined to do as well. Make it a better experience for supporters. We had 5,500 the last game of the season. We'll handle that comfortably well. Want to continue having big numbers of supporters coming to the club. So we want to make the club and the ground as safe and as comfortable for our supporters as we can.
And that's a key point. When you think maybe a few years ago, to get 1,000 was like a big achievement. Now, you're on that looking at the stadium having to be ready for 2,000 plus. There was obviously over 5,000 in the final game here last season. That just shows you where the club has come in such a short period of time, that you're now looking at the stadium has to be ready for anything and upwards of 2,500 to 3,000 people.
Without a doubt, and I can only thank the people of the town. See the last game of the season, see so many people there. I've said it before, it's been absolutely fantastic. The kids, the season tickets are on sale again. Let's go out and buy your season ticket again, and let's go again for next season. We're determined to see as many people on the ground as we can, and the players certainly thrive on that. The environment, having as number of people on the ground as we can.
Yeah, and I think it's clear to see towards the end of last season, maybe fans who had lapsed over the years and not coming have reignited their passion for the club, and that's obviously key for yourself, is to engage as many people, not just from Arbroath but the surrounding areas as well, coming into Gayfield, coming back. And it seems to be the case that you're seeing such a demographic of people in here, mums, kids, grandpas, everything's coming here because they're coming down and enjoying a day at the football and really getting behind their local side. That just typifies what we're all about as a club. Of
course it is. It's fantastic. I've said it before. The fan of today, the young supporter of today is an adult tomorrow, and they'll be supporters all their life, hopefully. So it's great to see, and we'll do as much as we can on and off the park to ensure that people enjoy it.
Yeah, and I mean that's the thing, is the fan experience is huge now. It's not just about coming in at 3 o'clock and leaving at 4:45. You're looking at bringing kids in with the news now as well, that we're looking to open a family zone in the old Lady Loan School.
Definitely,
there,
yes.
Which will allow kids, shelter in the December months and January months, will be able to come in, and it's more enjoyable for them being able to meet their favourite players inside and things. So there's a real sense that the club is growing and listening to what supporters want and really reacting to it and furthermore following through with it.
Definitely, definitely. You know, the message is we're bitterly disappointed. We fell at the final hurdle. Bitterly disappointed. You know, but what we'll do is we'll dust ourselves down. We'll go again. You know, we'll probably say use that we need to have 40 points and then go again. Let's stay in the championship. Let's get a number of points and let's push on and let's try and emulate what we did last season. Who knows?
Yeah, it's clear. Before we touch on the team, to sort of close on the building work here, what strikes me when I came into the club, and what strikes me is it's not just the business community that support the club and get around. It's the volunteers, you know, that are around here. We've got so many people give up their spare time, coming in, doing a bit of painting, changing the seats over. That in itself to me just shows what a community club is all about, and the fact that everyone just rolls their sleeves up. If there's something needing painted, if there's something needing fixed,
Definitely.
something needing changed, and it's not just you're relying on, you know, we get a massive support from the business community, in particular with the building work there from Moyer Construction, who have done unbelievably amount of work to get us where we are. But on top of that, the volunteers that we have got here as well, it's incredible to watch so many of them come here, and they're so passionate about helping the club.
That's right, I agree with you. It's fantastic. You come down, there's people coming in and they help, muck in, do whatever it is. And please feel free, if anyone's free, pop down to the club. There's always a job for you to do. We're delighted to see you, we'll look after you. You're part of the club, everybody's part of the club. It's a community club, as we're saying, we truly mean it. I can only thank the number of volunteers that have come down over the summer in this lovely weather to help us put the seats in and do all the other jobs around the ground.
Yeah. So touching now on to the team, obviously you're in daily contact with the manager, the assistant manager, and Ian. Pre-season training started on Monday.
Yes.
I know you're attending training this evening
Yes.
as well. 3 new players signed: Cammy Gill, Keegan Jacobs, and Kieran Shanks have all come in.
Yes.
They are be tremendous additions to the squad. Obviously, we lost, you know, a lot of good players last season. Where are we in terms of bringing in sort of other players to add? We need a squad. You think of around about 21. We're sitting at maybe 16 at the moment, so there's obviously jerseys to be filled. But it'll be a case of, you know, not just putting jersey fillers. It's make sure that they're right. And as Dick said in his interview the other night, there they've got to be better than what we have. Definitely.
Well, the club, you know, I leave that to Dick. I'm in constant daily chats with Dick, and he speaks about a lot of players, and we target a lot of players, and we speak to a lot of players, and we try to attract a lot of players with what we're doing at the club. You know, we perhaps can't compete with some of the full-time clubs, but what we want to do is be the best part-time and show not just with the facilities, but what we do on and off the park, that we can you know, attract players to this club. You know, and he needs to be careful. You know, he needs to get the right people in, and he will take time. He wants to secure the best players he can sign, and also attract the best loan players. You know, he's got 2 or 3 loan players who he feels he can target and are keen to come to the club. But we just need to wait and see. You know, with great success with loan players last season to supplement our core of players that we've got. You know, we've got an experienced squad as it is. You know, with 16 people, we haven't lost players. We haven't lost many people from last season. So, you know, we're not far away. It's just getting the final quality in that we need to push on for next season.
And again, to quote the manager, he said earlier in the week there, you know, players attract players, and I think that's one of the things as well that's got to be said for what you and everyone else has created here, is that players do talk to other players, and players want to come to Arbroath because they want to be part of this, and that must be, you know, it's a real USP for this football club that there are players there. Dick's saying that he's had to reject more players than ever this season, but there's so many of them want to play for this club, so it's obviously showing what an impact Arbroath Football Club's having, not just in the town, but in the whole of Scottish football. That it's an attractive offer when Arbroath comes knocking on your door as a player.
Definitely. We see what we did last year, and we'll hope to go again next season. You know, some of these players, you know, we'll make them better players. You know, Michael McKenna has had a fantastic season. I think he said in his interview, he'll look back on it in years to come as the best season he's ever had. To be named, you know, player of the championship. From where Michael is, and you know, he works hard every year. I admire Michael. He's a great guy, and he works so hard. He's so hard, and he gets better and better. And who's to know what to come from him next year?
Yeah. So the season is really, you know, just round the corner. We begin. We've got the League Cup, the group that we're in. it is a chance to hopefully play the guys, get some fitness. There are a few friendly matches kind of peppered in between that as well.
Yes.
But is it the real focus of just making sure that we're ready for the opening day of the season in terms of the league season, and try and go again as we did last season?
Definitely. The Premier Cup is a great cup for the club. It's early in the season, but it's to get us ready for the 30th of July for the first league game of the season. We did well. We have done well in the cup this last couple of seasons, and it's great to see other teams. It's the format this year, it's not regionalised, so we're actually seeing some teams at Gayfield and visiting some clubs that we haven't done for a long time. So it's good to see. It's a wee bit different. We've got a couple of friendlies as well lined up. On Saturday, we're going to Brechin, so it's a chance for the fans to come and see us out there. There'll be a few trialists playing, I'm sure. There'll be a few guys on holidays, so between now and when we get to start the season, they'll be peppered to holidays. So it's use these games to make sure that everybody's fit and ready to go on the 30th.
Yeah, and I mean, just really to wrap up here, Mike, you've been in and around this club for so many years. Where do you rank the club now compared to all the time you've been in? I mean that even from when you started coming here as a boy with your dad and things, to become the chairman now, and you're looking around and you're seeing so much work getting done to drive the club to where the club deserves to be. It's how does that rank with you where you are now? I think you'll always admit that the job will never be finished. There's always going to be something else that you want to do. But
correct.
In terms of sort of standing on your own in the centre circle, looking around and saying, the amount of fans that we attracted back last season, the feel-good factor that's around the town with everything, where do you, in your own head, how does that make you feel?
Oh, I'm really proud. I'm proud of everybody at the club. I'm a supporter. I've been a supporter all my life and will be a supporter all my life. I'm so proud. I've seen us. When I was a small boy, I've seen big crowds and playing the games against in the old First Division. But these days are gone. The way the league's gone just now, we've languished and we've been up and down. We've had success over the last 25 years that I've been here. But this is the pinnacle. To be in the Championship, fourth season in a row in the Championship. To do so well last season, to have so many supporters back. It's a changed environment just now. Supporters don't come to football as much as they did 30, 40, 50 years ago, but to have the numbers back in the last game of the season and the Morton game before that, these are the numbers that we were getting a long time ago, but before my time. So it's amazing, it's fantastic. I pay tribute to the other directors and the volunteers and the staff. They work so hard. Everybody's behind the club. Everybody wants to work for the club. Everyone has great ideas for the club. And I'm just, I'm the chairman. I'm the top of the tree. But the work that goes around is absolutely amazing. Everybody at the club wants to pull in the right direction, and let's go again.
Yeah. And that, just finally there, we're on the eve next week of the home kit being released, and then following that the away kit. The designs have certainly went down well with the supporters. A lot of the fans, I think it would be wrong to ask you about it, but a lot of the fans do comment that having the club shop now in the heart of the town is a real benefit, not just for in terms of the club making money, but it's become like a real community hub as well. That
definitely
there's a lot in there.
Definitely. So
that's maybe one of these. I'm not going to put pressure on it and say a yes or no on it, but there must be that thought then, because we're looking at it coming back to Gayfield, but is it a case of that's possibly, it's given us food for thought that we may, continue to have some presence within the town centre? Definitely.
No, it was unnecessary. We needed to move to the town centre because the work was ongoing. But we couldn't believe the success it's had. It's been amazing. You say it's a community hub, but not just a shop. It attracts people in the town. So yeah, we'll look at that. We haven't made any firm decision on what we're going to do. The building work is there. We're going to have an office there, and the other part of the building was going to be the club shop. We may use that for something else, depending on the success of the launch of the kit and how we go. But certainly, it's been a fantastic success to have the shop in the town.